Oh boy, what a week it's been. I was putting the belt around my neck and tying it around the doorknob, and then I said, oh shit, we got a show to do. So I jumped on. Came back to life. And now I'm here.
Were you a reason to live?
Yeah, isn't that fucking sad?
Yeah. Welcome to episode 267 of the LinuxLUGcast. Is it 67? Yeah, 67. 267 of the LinuxLUGcast. We're an open podcast /lug that meets at 9 p.m. Eastern every first and third Friday of the month using Mumble. We encourage anyone listening to join us and participate on the podcast. If you have any questions, comments, topics you'd like to discuss, and are unable to join us live during the show, you can send us an email at feedback@linuxlugcast.com. We also have a Lemmy group. There is a Matrix server. If you want to see these lovely faces, you can check us out on YouTube and Peertube. I'm your host this evening, honkeymagoo. With us tonight is Joe.
Yep.
Lovecraft.
Hello, everyone.
Minnix.
Hello.
Mortensey.
Finished?
Hello, everyone.
And Netminer.
Hello.
All
How y'all doing?
Okay.
Because we
How are
haven't
you?
been
What's
talking
this
for like an
thumbs down?
hour now or something.
I'm doing like a thumb sideways. I'm doing much better than I was yesterday. I was pretty down yesterday, but today it's better.
Well,
How'd your physical go?
pretty good. I mean, you know, see, the entire staff is nurse practitioners and female technicians, so
Very
not
nice.
too bad. All married, probably, but you know, what can you do?
You shoot your shot, see what happens.
Yeah, well, the deal is. Oh, I ran across an interesting thing. George Carlin reminded me, you know, he did his shtick about African Americans and Black Americans and whatnot.
Here
But
we
it
go.
made me realize that Elon Musk is an African American.
That's right.
I saw signs last weekend saying to deport Elon Musk.
Did you deport him back to South Africa? You know, I haven't even kept up with politics or news or anything for the past couple months.
Don't.
We-
Well,
We went to the Viking Festival in rural America, rural Ohio, and there was one house that was just plastered with anti-Trump and anti-Musk stuff. It was funny. Some of it was very funny. I appreciate political humor.
well, one of the things that got Musk in trouble today, and this is a tech. This is not politics. This is tech.
Go for it.
Elon Musk, with his AI system, is able to line up all of the rulings by various judges, including Supreme Court judges, and their private investments, which may coincidentally align in funky ways. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They were
that's called the
trying.
U.S. justice system.
They were trying to hold him in contempt of court, but when he does what he does, which means shows that the emperor has no clothes, the judge who was trying to lock him up with a secret gag order,
You know, he
Did-
prefers to be publicly gagged.
yeah, and he prefers to chew through the gag when he gets one. And I've seen a lot of that with Pam Bondi, even the Pam Bondi was you know, she was supposed to get her hand slapped by a Supreme Court judge, and then she taught the Supreme Court judge a lot about First Amendment criticism of the government and all of that stuff, because the Supreme Court really doesn't like people who show their feet of clay. Judges' feet of clay, that is. I mean, it's entertaining.
Is it?
Yeah.
By entertaining, do you mean ulcer building?
I mean, I like these judges who think that their you-know-what doesn't stink, and then somebody comes out with a sampler and says, actually, it produces these gases.
What did you say? You got your, you said you did good on your physical, so you're all healthy man?
Well, I don't think they've actually done the lab work. I got a message that they had, but when I checked it, there was no report.
But you said you lost some weight recently and stuff too?
Well, actually, I've been nibbling too hard on the ice cream, and I gained about 16 pounds.
That's not too bad.
Well, it's better than the 270 that I was at when I started stuff.
Oh, sure. For sure.
Still 35 pounds less than what I was, so, you know.
That's a bonus. So I was going to tell you all my ESA story. I'm moving into a new apartment, and for one thing, it's in the same complex I live in, but it's a better apartment. And they, because when
What's ESA?
I'm about to tell you. So, they sent me a letter, said they were going to raise my rent for the next term. I was like, well, I looked at their website, said you have units that are about the same as what you're going to raise my rent for, but they're much nicer. And so I'll just check those out. So they said, okay, is there one you like? I said, yeah, I like this one. And it's pretty cool. It's got the balcony, or the patio faces like the woods and the creek behind my apartments and stuff. It has a nice view and stuff. And they said, well, we'll have to charge you another application fee. I said, well, all right, I paid that when I moved in. I live here. What do you mean an application fee? Well, that's just corporate policy. I was like, you serious? And they said, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. I said, okay. I said, we'll have to charge you an admin fee too, so we can process your application. I said, well, what does the application fee cover, you know? What the hell? And so they did that, and then they said, well, do you still have that cat? And I said, yeah. So, well, you had to pay a pet deposit, pet rent. I said, well, fuck this. I'm not doing that. So they're already screwing me. So my girlfriend told me about this. One of her friends registered her cat as an emotional support animal. And it's illegal for places to charge you pet deposits and pet rent if you have an ESA, because ESA is no longer seen as a pet, but as a utility animal. I said, awesome. So we have like this telehealth thing through our insurance. So I contacted them. And I said, I need to get my cat registered as emotional support animal. She said, well, we don't do that because I'm just a nurse practitioner. You need to go see a therapist. I said, well, do they have like teletherapists that are in the network or something? She goes, well, I usually recommend this service. It's called so-and-so. I don't want to mention it. But if you need to know, you can always contact me outside of the show. I said, okay. So I contacted them, and I said, you have to like fill out a questionnaire. Are you anxious? Are you stressed? Are you depressed? So I said, yeah, whatever. I'd never seen a therapist in my life, so I don't know what to tell them, you know. And so they email me back and say, okay, we'll make an appointment with the therapist. It's $149, and there's a 1% chance that you won't get your letter. So those are pretty good odds. So I used my insurance to pay the $149 for the therapist appointment, because it's a real therapist, you know, and it's just for pet documentation. And so the therapist said, okay, I'm going to call you so-and-so time. They called me, and they said, do you have problems getting out of bed in the morning if your animal is not there with you? And I said, yeah. And she said, are you feel less motivated without your animal? And I said, yeah. And not knowing, of course, she doesn't know that my fucking animal is probably the biggest stressor in my life. There's so much shit that's wrong with him that I have to take care of and empty my bank account for. So anyway, they ask you all these leading questions, and it's so easy. You just say yes, 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 yes. Okay, well, it looks like you are qualified for this documentation. So 2 days later, I get this document. Here, I'll read it to you, because I thought it was going to say, you know, so-and-so is in need of emotional support animal certified by, you know, this therapist at this time, and it's good for this amount of time and all that stuff. But no, it is so specific. It's crazy. It's embarrassing. I didn't want to give it to him, you know, because it says all these details. It's like, that doesn't even seem legal, you know. Let me find it here.
Actually, once you have the animal certified, there may be a question whether you actually have to do anything beyond that.
Well, they need this letter. The apartments need this letter as documentation or proof.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
I don't think they can ask for a proof. I think you just have to say it.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
That's what I've heard.
The HIPAA violation, yeah.
Let me see. Texas ESA law.
Actually, it's like asking what medications you're on. That's a definite no-no.
Fuck me, if that's true.
Yes, not only that, your cat is essentially a large furry pill, so just...
Oh, okay. In Texas, the key document is a legitimate ESA letter from a licensed mental health professional. This letter confirms that you have a mental or emotional health condition, and the ESA is an essential part of your treatment.
Okay, I guess it varies from...
Yeah,
of course it varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. If it was the same all over, then...
Landlords can request an ESA letter from you as a tenant. Public accommodations cannot ask for documentation or proof or certification for service animals or ESAs.
So you start bringing Buster to the store with you?
I told my boss I'm starting bringing him to work. He's just going to have to deal
Now
with it.
it's on record that you have a mental condition, though.
So
Well, that's
yeah,
true.
That's
it
why
says-
you can't get hired.
It says to
That's
whom
why
it
you
may
can't pass a
concern.
background check.
This is my emotional support Gila monster.
But it says, I recently evaluated me for my mental health condition. I have an established therapeutic relationship with me involving the provision of healthcare or disability-related services. Information in this letter is based on professional knowledge and the ability to
Now
diagnose,
you're
advise, or
considered a
counsel
DEI
me
hire, and you can't get
regarding
hired
his
nowhere.
emotion. Are y'all going to listen to this or what?
No.
All right, I won't read it.
No, go ahead.
Anyway, it was very embarrassing.
I was listening.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hear.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of interested. Yeah.
It says, my client meets the definition of disability under the Fair Housing Act. His emotional illness, as recognized in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders Handbook, significantly limits his ability to cope and regulate his emotions, concentrate, complete activities of daily living, and to sleep. These limitations hinder him from enjoying the property or amenities as a non-disabled person would. To help with these limitations, I recommend one cat as an emotional support animal. The ESA is necessary to provide therapeutic emotional support as it alleviates symptoms of my client's emotional illness. The ESA reinforces and increases her motivation to establish, regulate, and maintain daily routines. They put her in there for me, including completing activities of daily living, sustaining concentration, work responsibilities, and maintaining healthy sleep patterns. The rest is just kind of like about diagnosis, and I confirm a genuine need for an ESA due to an emotional illness.
You can tell it was a copy and paste job then.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah,
exactly. So
now it's recorded that you have a mental illness, and good luck getting a background check. And
so I don't understand.
You're a DEI hire. So
why couldn't they say he needs an ESA and I'm a therapist and this documents it instead of saying all that other stuff?
Covering
their ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it got me out of paying a pet deposit and $15 a month for pet rent. So, to those out there that are facing that, even though the people here may disagree with me that I'm mentally ill, I'm really not, but you can get it very easily if your insurance will pay for it or if you have the money. For me, it was $149 paid by my insurance. Now, whether they kick that payment back or not, I don't know. Because we get a Visa card from our insurance company that can apply to out-of-network costs. So that's my ESA story. So Buster,
if you're worried about the bill, just pet your cat.
Yeah,
that's what he's there for.
That's right. Yeah, the biggest stress of my life, Buster, is meant to relieve my stress.
Have you looked into getting tax deductions for his care?
I have not, but that's a good idea. Let me see. ESA tax deduction. I have documentation. Until they see this video and just fucking audit the shit out of me. As long as my apartments don't see this video. Okay, emotional support animal tax deduction. Although they provide valuable comfort and support, the IRS does not categorize these expenses as qualifying medical expenses. As a result, costs associated with the care and maintenance of emotional support animals typically cannot be deducted. Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, but the service I actually got it for said, yes, you can claim expenses for an ESA under Texas, but only under specific conditions. Let's see. ESA expenses can be deducted, such as veterinary care, training, and specialized food may qualify as medical deductions if the ESA is part of a treatment plan for a diagnosed mental health condition. Oh, an ESA letter from a licensed mental health professional, receipts for expenses are required for tax deductions. Deductible expenses must exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income. He's not that expensive. I guess it depends on how much you make and how sick your animal is. One of the places I was interviewing for offers pet insurance, free pet insurance.
Free pet insurance?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it, though? Since insurance got into the pets, you can't afford to freaking take your animal to the vet.
Oh, it's so expensive. I took Buster to the vet this morning for his thyroid checkup. $102.
Ew.
Just for a little blood.
No pets. I have kids. That's good enough.
Yeah, well, Buster and I share an issue, or at least I did have an issue before they took it out.
Did you have hyperthyroidism?
Actually, I had a rogue thyroid that was kept growing. They did a reduction, and then they examined me 10 years later and said, "This thing just ain't getting with the program. We got to remove it."
So are you on artificial thyroid now? On artificial thyroid hormone?
Yeah. My mother, I don't know, she had thyroid surgery. My brother has a cyst or something on his thyroid, so they're going to biopsy that. But it's been a family thing. Not only that, the woman he married and her daughter have thyroid issues, even though that they're in no way related to us. But I guess it's fairly common.
Buster has an overactive thyroid, so he has to take methimazole, which is kind of a thyroid inhibitor. But he has definitely put on weight since he started taking it because he was getting super skinny. I have an underactive thyroid, but it's not clinically underactive, so they don't need to treat it yet. So they always test for that when I get my physical.
Yeah, if your thyroid is overactive by nature, it sort of like supercharges your system, and your metabolism is going vroom.
Yeah, that's how Buster's was. He was losing a lot of weight. He's not chubby.
Don't
now
worry,
by
I
any
found
means.
it.
He is definitely closer to normal. It's funny,
Well,
they had to shave his stomach. The last procedure they did to look at his colon.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want too normal a cat, right?
Well, Buster's definitely not normal. You can tell just by looking. You can see him now. Nothing normal about this boy.
Oh, I got a belated birthday card. My birthday's in March, so
Mornsees was yesterday, right?
came here. Yeah, my brother's sense of humor, alleged, must be registered as not proven. Big, a rather large birthday card says, "In dog years, you're dead."
Was your birthday yesterday, Mortensey? Or am I making that up?
May 7th.
May 7th. What do I thought I had it as... I gotta change it then. Well, happy belated... Well, we told you happy birthday already, Netminer. You don't get more than one.
Happy birthday. Well, I know what he's going to unwrap on his birthday. Beautiful woman.
Every day for my birthday month.
She can't say no. It's your birthday.
She said no means yes.
Let's hear about your R stack. You said you finally got it working and running?
Yeah,
Can't
you
hear
gotta
you,
push.
Yeah, I talked about it last time. I think I went over the essentials on it. Hold on. And I only do this for legal stuff. I swear.
Linux
before,
ISOs only.
Yeah. And yeah, free books.
From Gutenberg.
Yeah, TV shows that are free. But anyways, no, I set up the openvpn
Mm-hmm.
so that way I could isolate the network for each of these LXCs that I built.
Mm-hmm.
And inside that openvpn, there is. I also created in Proxmox a network connection that is basically, just virtual. So, and then I pass all the openwrt, or not openwrt, openvpn through that particular network. And then, so all the LXCs that I mentioned are going to be passed through that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Deluge for the downloads. What is it? Prowlarr for indexers. And then readarr, which actually helps organize all my books and authors, and then find new stuff as it comes out for those authors, so I know what to look for and where. And then I did not get readarr, which is for movies, but I did get Jacket, which allows me to add a bunch of the indexers that you normally wouldn't be able to add. So like the audiobook bay, which is a really great source for knowing what books are out and available. So it works actually really well for tracking what shows I do and don't have, and which ones I need to get. So it's tracking all my series currently, and like all my automation is now moved to that, and it just will grab what I need and put it into the correct locations automatically, and I can add new things really simply. Couple of clicks, some easy searches, and only search in the places that I want to search in.
Are you going to add that list in the show notes?
No?
So lazy.
Did you want me to? Dan. Also, I had wanted to talk about the, because I'm thinking about doing a couple of different things with my network rack. I'm almost thinking about splitting it into two. And I want to, like, because I got that power supply, which will work for the drives, I'm thinking that with the bracket that I posted in the show notes, which is a mini SAS to SATA converter, PCB, I can make it so that I can build a DAS, direct attached storage, that is completely like isolated and hooked up by all of two cables, a power cable and a singular SAS cable, instead of the SAS to 4 SATA that I'm currently using. And I think I can design it pretty easily, but I don't know if I want to go through that kind of work to separate it out, because then I would need another stack for all the networking and the mini PC. And then the mini PC is also connected to drives that are currently on the inside the DAS portion of it. But I was thinking about also printing some 2.5-inch drive trays in a 1U 10-inch setup, and putting that on there and adding even more drives, but just for the little HP Pro Desk that I have hooked there. But then I would have to power that separately, and I have a couple of ideas on that too. But I don't know if it's worth it to split it out like that. It's working okay like this, but I still might get the either that PCB, the SAS to SATA, which is the only one I could find, and it's not on Amazon. It's from a specific company, or 87 connector, and then I would also have to get 2 other cables. One cable that's an 8088 to 8088, which would then hook to my PC and then to that board, and then an 8087 to SATA, because I currently have an 8088 to SATA. So, and that's, like I said, it's to make it a whole lot easier to disconnect and reconnect. But yeah, it's actually working well now, but I had kind of originally planned to reprint a lot of this, especially with the summer months coming on and it going to be hotter, because a lot of this is printed in PLA, and I don't know how well PLA is going to hold together running electronics in my lovely warm garage in the Texas heat. So I want to reprint the frame, at least, in PETG. But I don't know if I want to start doing that now. I did get my 3D printer to finally mostly level, even with a couple of parts that seem to be a little warped. I don't know if I want to do this now with my Ender 3 V2, or wait until after my birthday. My daughter's getting me the aliexpress Centauri Carbon. So maybe I'll wait for that. Slightly bigger build plate. I won't have to split things up as much to print, and it prints much faster.
I put a link in the show notes. Have you ever tried virtual switches?
No.
There's a openvswitch is a popular one. It's pretty cool. Allows you to segment off lots of different VLANs and things, and has a nice little interface.
Yeah,
You can use it to control hardware too.
Well, I'm trying to get a reasonable basic firewall rule set for pfSense, but I haven't been able to find one that's clear and simple enough for for my use case, because a lot of them include a smart switch and stuff, which I haven't yet built into my system. I don't think I need a smart switch for the basic stuff that I do.
No, I don't see why.
Oh, and something everybody should check out, I will also put in the show notes, called runtipi. It allows you to install a lot of the things that I already have installed, but it makes it like super easy. So it's got like audio bookshelf. It's got the emulator JS and a whole bunch of other things that you can install just quickly and easily with a couple of clicks. Sorry about that, Netminer. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem at all. Doesn't sound like my kind of application, but yeah, there's another one like that I have briefly used and didn't find it too helpful, but if you've got a good one, that's Yes, Pi apps, I think, is what they call it. It's basically, it's a very similar situation. You install it, and then it has this, and then it just provides a lot of Pi applications.
Well, it looks like things like Nextcloud, OwnCloud, Pi-hole, OwnCast, a bunch of the R stuff that I was talking about. Qubit torrent is on here. Resilio. Resilio is a good one that I used to use a lot. Just all the stuff that I would normally want to install seems to be on here. WireGuard. Yeah, readarr is on here. Node-RED. Oh, where is it? Was there an openwrt on here? I think there was. Let me look. Nope. OpenBooks is on here. An OpenWeb UI. Jellyfin's on here. What's that bookmarking tool that you said you used, Danny?
Wallabag.
Oh, it says Hoarder on here. Let me see if it has Wallabag on here. Nope.
Now, does that require a desktop?
This is installed on my rack on my server as an LXC. And I was just testing it out. Ooh, it's got AdGuard. Like I said, I haven't actually tried anything on it because I've just been installing the LXCs directly.
Lovecraft, you been doing anything interesting?
He said no.
All right.
What about you, Honky?
I've been doing nothing interesting.
So, Joe, are you still surveying the tech landscape?
Job market.
I'm taking a break from looking right this second. It gets daunting.
It is, man. I can get into my stories.
Sure.
So I think I said this on Matrix. If you're thinking about switching jobs, make sure that you don't quit your current job first, because the job market is really weird. I've been lucky enough that I've actually gotten several interviews, and I haven't been like spraying and praying my resumes either. I'm pretty selective with them, but it's so packed with applicants. Like, it's amazing how many people. We talked about this last time. And so there's an engineering firm I applied for, and I think I told the story. First I had the call from HR, the resume screening, just to make sure, I don't know, I guess I was an actual person. Then I had to go through this weird pre-recorded video interview where they had to answer like random written questions that pop up on the side of the screen. I got 2 minutes to answer each one. And then they show that to their team. And then I guess their team goes through all these videos and picks out people for on-site interviews. So I went to the on-site interview, sat in a conference room for an hour facing these people, and they got grilled, and then they showed me around the building and different offices and their infrastructure and all this stuff. Spent about an hour and a half there. And they said they'll let me know by the end of this week. And then I get an email that says they went with another applicant. It's like, God damn it. What a waste of time. But I think that's just what you're going to run into right now. So be prepared. I mean, eventually it'll happen, but it's just the market is, there's quite a few job openings, but there's just so many applicants, tech applicants right now in this industry. I mean, I see so many like software engineers that have worked senior level and stuff, and it's just weird. Like, I don't really understand it. What's the impetus of this? Or it's just because the stock market is so unstable and businesses are, I don't get it, because they're still hiring. But why are there so many applicants? Why are there so many people in this field that are looking? Or I don't know if they're unemployed or underemployed or what.
'Cause it's the only way to get a raise.
You think that's the reason?
I think so.
That's the same way at my company. I mean, if they knew I was looking right now, they would come running with a raise, but I don't want to work there anymore.
Well, the deal is, the new hires are given good deals, so they don't really manage their existing talent. They say, well, you've got a job, so we don't have to motivate you, because the motivation is the job. And then they'll get the new shiny and give him more money than the experienced worker that is actually carrying the can.
You know what's, and none of these jobs are, they all tell you up front, they're not offering any kind of visa sponsorship or anything, So you can't really say it's like a lot of foreign workers coming in, because they're not giving anybody like that a leg up. I don't know, man. I haven't seen it this weird in a long time. I'll just put it that way.
It could be just the way things are now. I mean, you have kids who come out of high school or do like 1 year of college, and they take some intro to computer class, and then maybe they took some programming in high school or college, and you get a couple of classes. Whether they've actually done any of the work, it doesn't really matter. They look good on paper, but there's so many of them out there that it's just, so many people have the basic skills for an entry-level position into a spot. I mean, I wouldn't understand. Like, I can see like entry-level positions for something, unless they're completely bullshitting. And then, I mean, something more specific, like you're talking about the one where you had to get the security level clearance for and stuff. I mean, the only thing I can think with that is every thing I see, every ad that I see out there is saying that there's a security job, there's internet security jobs out there. Not tons of internet security jobs out there, tons of internet security jobs out there, but nobody's fucking hiring.
Oh man, there's so many, especially like on LinkedIn. There's so many people looking for jobs in cybersecurity right now that are unemployed. It's crazy.
Also, what you got is a lot of these people get used to remote work, and then they're called back in and they say, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. So the people who don't roll over when the boss says roll over are out there looking for a remote job.
And one thing a hiring manager did tell me is that their job is a lot harder now because they have to sift through so much fucking AI slop that gets generated and turned in as resumes. Like, people literally just copy and paste the job description into ChatGPT and tell it to output the perfect resume. And they said it's so obvious when people do that, but they still have to look at all the resumes, and like half of them are that way now. And
Oh,
it just
wow.
takes up all their time, you know.
Yeah, it is very, very shocking to me how many people are just lazily using things like ChatGPT for just about everything. Like, I don't use it at all, but there are people who use it just constantly for stuff, and it baffles me.
It's weird.
So I am a shop steward for the union, my company, and the union does a essay contest for a small amount of money for kids who are in college, and they give out a topic, and then you're supposed to write like a small paper on whatever the topic is.
Oh, I bet that was a shit show.
They had to call out the fact that people started using ChatGPT for their submissions. There's only there's not a whole lot of submissions, but when you get like 4 or 5 out of like the 8 people who submitted the stuff, and they all have the exact same essay because they all just fucking threw it into ChatGPT and then just spat it out, that's just fucking lazy.
That's what sucks now. You can't do things like that anymore. You can't have those kind of contests because people fucking ruin it with that kind of stuff. Remember how like they had all these poetry contests and essays you could write to different companies and win prizes and stuff? Fuck, forget all that now. That's not possible, you know? You want some poor old lady HR person to have to sift through a million bullshit ChatGPT slop essays that, you know, it sucks.
The problem is too, the thing that they're finding is it's spitting out anytime you give it something, it's going to spit out either the exact same thing or something that's very similar, and that's how they were able to spot it.
Yeah.
I think they should just basically just take all of those and just flush them out.
You mean, actually, what it's saying is that you need an AI to pre-sort to separate out the AI generated resumes or stories or subject matter. Have an AI not only generate the stuff, but have an AI that filters it out like a spam filter.
Fuck AI, just give me diff.
This is awful.
Something that just says, hey, if you spot the beginning of this couple of lines in the essay, just flush it out.
Well, that would
It wouldn't work, wouldn't it? But that's all right.
That would explain why I'm getting so many stories online, audiobooks. They must be, a lot of the stuff must be AI generated.
Maybe.
Or at least the scripts are AI generated because they follow similar models and similar templates, you know. Similar, what do you call it, memes or what?
I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're looking for that type of a stuff.
You know, I
Then
didn't think
again,
about this, but think about the direct-to-print Amazon stuff, you know. How much of that now is just written by AI? Or it used to be a platform for young, you know, for new authors to get their work out there, and try to get people to notice them. Now it's probably just a straight up money making AI mill.
Actually, I remember in the bad old days when I was picking up certain adult literature, cheap little pocket books. And one of the things that I saw was a story where they were changing the gender of the characters, but it was clearly done, with some kind of, grep type thing. And they didn't really get it. You could, if they were getting, 90%, that was good. But, you could see when the pronouns and everything were not swapped correctly.
So you're saying nothing has changed, basically. People will find a way to do this regardless.
Plagiarism in a different form?
Well, they used to be called pot boilers, and whether they're using grep or AI, it's still, if sometimes, sometimes it's on top of the stove and sometimes it's in a microwave, but it's still, crap.
Well, one thing too is I feel like some people aren't as creative as they used to be. I mean, if you look at movies and stuff, how many times do they remake the same fucking movies over and over and over again because they don't want to come up with a new creative idea, or they're afraid of a new creative idea? So I think some of the books or stories or whatever is kind of following that, where it's people are just kind of rehashing the same old crap. There are no new, just slightly creative ways.
Well, an old friend, which is no longer with us, said Hollywood loves something new and different with a good track record.
Yeah. Does anybody use any AI-driven stuff on a daily basis, or more?
None at all, ever.
How about more than twice a week?
I don't use it. I don't have a use for it.
I have enough.
I think
I have enough trouble
Work does.
using my native intelligence. Never mind an artificial. Intelligence is artificial enough. Thank you.
I have a wonderful idea. We should do another podcast where we just not record it, but we get together and we brainstorm an idea, complex idea to feed into an AI program to write a 120-page book, and we create our own company and upload it on Amazon Marketplace, and do one book every 2 weeks, every other Friday.
What will we title this venture? The Adventures of the Lugcast.
That would be a topic for the bi-weekly meeting.
I
99 cents a pop will make tons of money. It's got to be crazy though. Everyone crazy.
I'm a Kindle junkie, and you can hardly imagine some of the stuff that I see. Not only that, 120 pages. How about 40, 50, 35?
Really?
Okay.
That low?
99 cents.
A lot. No, $3 for 50 pages.
99 cents.
But I'm saying that what comes to me is, instead of they have the books are, instead of writing chapters, they issue the chapter as a whole.
Oh, like a serialization of something. You get one chapter to get hooked on some kind of like crazy thing, and then you keep buying them.
I mean, there's a nice series that I liked called Without Law. And it's, each one's, like you say, a couple hundred pages. But once you get past the Kindle Unlimited series, that's $5 a piece. So 20 books at $5 a piece is a bit.
There's some Bigfoot romance books on Amazon, so yeah, I mean this could be a niche. Yeah, we could cash in on this. I mean, I come up with all kinds of wooded encounters with Bigfoots going awry. I mean, there's room here.
There's
yeah.
Bigfoot's.
Too bad we
alien-
don't know somebody with a publishing company to publish them under.
You're just looking for something to upload to your business.
So who's going to do the audio version? Are we going to?
There's an AI app for that.
Oh, right. I was going to say there's got to be another one for that. Do we proofread the book before we upload it, or we just pop it into ChatGPT and then see, then whatever gets spit out, we just forward on? Bigfoot through rocks. What?
What are you looking at?
Oh, Lovecraft posted into Matrix. Not Matrix.
Oh my god, that's horrible. It actually
Mumble.
exists.
That's just one of several.
I'm
Bigfoot
sure.
books,
I'm
yes.
sure.
The title of the
The
book.
first
Oh,
round is
gosh.
complete brain rot. And then if it makes money, then we do something of merit.
I scrolled down and frequently bought together. I don't know if you guys will get the same one.
Chill
The-
Pimples?
Yes.
The bare butt one. Oh yeah, that sounds like a very good add-on product. Yeah.
Right. That's a page turner right there.
Seduced by Bigfoot and ravaged by the Yeti. The Secret Adventures of a... Oh, I gotta get the rest of this title. Secret Adventures of a Fertile Housewife.
That sounds disturbing.
So
There's obviously a market.
And if we want unique content, we could use Fiverr and Upwork, whatever the it pay people to come up with outlines for us, and then we could feed those into ChatGPT.
The first one that he posted was called "Bigfoot Threw Rocks at Me, so I fucked it."
Yeah, there is some stuff there that's
Disturbing.
you could say that. I mean, the new Confederacy.
Tingle was the one that.
The story about pony girls.
Wet, hot Allosaurus summer, dinosaur erotica. Yeah, that's.
That's an underserved niche. Yeah, dinosaur erotica.
Dinosaur erotica. Yep. Monster Java guns. That's our boy.
Weeb.
Well, we have, a lot of vampires, a lot of other shapeshifters,
Anybody heard from Weeb lately?
werewolves.
I
No.
saw him on Facebook. He was at some conference in Vegas promoting something else that he's working on right now. But of course, that was back in like October, November-ish, I think.
I hate to do this, but does someone want to discuss the movie?
Did you watch it?
No.
Really? You never seen this movie before? I'm surprised.
I haven't been watching the movies here.
Well, I mean, I thought you would have seen it when it came out, or it's pretty popular.
This was a
movie.
worthwhile one to watch.
Yeah, it was
and I'm
great.
surprised
Definitely a
I've
good
never
one.
seen it before.
I'm surprised I haven't seen it before. When did it come out? 79.
79.
Well, it wasn't terrible.
It was very cool. Very prescient. It's kind of the precursor to all the AI Gone Wild movies came out after it, including Terminator and just like all of them. I had to have drawn from this movie because a lot of the
Yeah.
ideas have been done about death in Hollywood since then.
Yeah, I think it had some War Games vibes too.
Oh,
Yeah, a
most
little
definitely
bit.
War Games.
A lot of the sound effects were similar to War Games.
Yeah, and the big screen display from off of that one room too kind of reminded me of the control center from War Games.
Mm-hmm.
The big board from Doctor Strangelove.
I've actually never seen that.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, you haven't seen Doctor Strangelove?
Nah, it's one of those ones that always gets kicked around. I'm like, yeah, someday, but it just never got to it yet.
Yeah, someday you ought to take the time out, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's not really meant to be either.
Yes, the Defense Department will read the script a lot closer after that one.
Yeah, I'd recommend this to you too, Netminer. You can find it on YouTube.
I've seen, whatever.
Oh, this came out in 1970.
But it's at 79.
No.
It came out before I was born.
Yes, well, I've been up a lot, and I'm just running out of gas, as you can probably hear.
Well, you don't have to hang out with us all night. You're tired.
Thank you,
We
gentlemen.
understand.
I'll see you later in the month. Also,
Oh, we have an extra show this month too. If anybody wants to do a Blue Moon show.
yeah, well, one of the things was that with this physical and everything, I was up a lot last night, and I didn't get much sleep, so I'm down to the Sox, down to the Yankees, really.
Understandable.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, man. Get some rest. Catch up with you soon.
All right, do you want to just do the quick outline of the movie? It's not really long.
Yeah, it's not that long. So do you want to do it?
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
So basically, the U.S. has designed a. It starts out with a press conference, and the U.S. has designed a computer system. Did they ever call it AI in the movie? Artificial intelligence? Not really, right?
No,
I
not
think
really.
they use the words.
Yeah, but that's basically what it is. It's a thinking machine, even though they claim it cannot be conscious or have its own thoughts. So they, in the beginning, they say this machine will be in control of the country's defense systems, nuclear missiles, and all that stuff. And unbeknownst to the U.S., the Soviet Union has been working on the same project and started their own. So the U.S. is called Colossus, and the Soviet Union is called Guardian. And the machines contact each other and start trading information. And they threatened I believe they both threatened the U.S. to. Oh, what happens is both countries are afraid they're going to share secrets with each other, so they sever the link
Break the
between machines.
communications.
Yeah, but the machines demand that the link be restored, or they'll launch nuclear missiles. And so the Guardian will launch a missile to the U.S. and Colossus will launch a missile to the Soviet Union, and the Guardian launches one to the U.S. and that's shot down by Colossus, but the one that Colossus shoots to the Soviet Union is not shot down, and
they shoot them down or try to shoot them down because they've reestablished the connection.
Right. It fails to shoot that one down, and so there's a big like cover up as to how this happened and stuff. I think it's an abandoned area in the Soviet Union, but so the machines eventually kind of gain power over, basically threaten the U.S. or threaten the human beings. In other words, that like they need to how would you say it? Like
Be better.
Yeah.
Don't do war.
Um,
They're going to force them to behave in certain ways in order to, continue the existence of humans.
Yeah. So it kind of becomes machine against humans, but machines, since they've given over control to all their military systems and all their missiles, the machines have the upper hand. And I don't want to really give away the ending because it's actually a really cool ending, but you kind of find out what happens when it comes between intelligent machines and human beings towards the end. So that's kind of like a brief overview. And most of it takes place just in a couple locations, outside of like some outdoor shots and stuff. But it's inside the war rooms and things like that. But they do a good job with what resources they have. They're actually pretty impressive for 1970. I would say the technology there isn't any like crazy hacker effects or anything, but they've got some cool LED screens and giant CRT monitors. They got video calling. Thought that was pretty cool.
They have video calling, but at the same time, they don't have video input to the computer.
To the
every
computer,
time he talks to the computer, there's somebody who has to type it all out.
Yeah.
No,
yes and no, because it started out kind of that way. There was somebody typing, but it was also answering him directly. And the machine was using cameras to keep track of the main developer that put this all together in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. He wanted Forbin in prison and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And how they were passing information back and forth by getting naked.
Yeah, for some reason they were
they went out of their way to explain that.
Communicating
why
to
that
the
worked.
people, to the humans, by using those teletype machines.
At
just
first.
spitting out reams of paper in the beginning, yeah.
Well, the reams of paper was actually like it's spitting out the data at the same time that it was sharing it with the Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
So the Colossus and the Guardian were essentially generating their own private computer language, and in order to do that, they were passing back and forth equations in order to, basically establish some type of encryption.
Yeah, and a baseline. They can start communicating with each other.
Right. And then once they did that, you could see that the screens were kind of just flashing lights back and forth.
And eventually they had the voice synthesizer when the two machines
they had them
together.
Put the voice synthesizer together, and the machine was talking about linking up with every other machine and having more machines built and blah, etc. But yeah, it was interesting. The machine, it had to be explained to it, and this is how they got the premise across, and how they got the almost nudity into the film,
Mm-hmm.
where humans need a little bit of a physical time, blah blah blah. So the developer, what was his name again?
Forbin.
Set things up so that one of his co-workers was his quote-unquote lover, and the girl would show up at his place 4 nights a week is what they worked out with each other. That's how many times he needed to get busy.
Mm-hmm. It was weird.
Lucky bastard. Then
only 4?
Yeah, only 4. He tried for 7. But the computer shut that down. Yeah.
Now,
but anyways,
wait.
So the girl would show up, and the computer said it would turn off all its recording and everything. But in order to, minimize the possibility of them passing things back and forth, the computer made them get naked on camera before they went into the bedroom and did their thing. So, but the almost nudity was you got to see the girl naked, but through a wine glass.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little prop there to hide it.
And then they're both lying in bed, covered up, passing secrets back and forth, trying to get around this supercomputer.
Because of that, Joe hates the movie now.
That it had almost nudity?
The teasing of it and then with nothing.
Right? It's like you have this opportunity there.
Got
and
a
you
thumbs
just
down now.
And you just turn it down. But it was 1970, so for the time frame, I can't say too much.
Nah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, and plus it wasn't really meant to be that kind of movie either.
There's a lot of movies that weren't meant to be that type of movie. That's why it's called gratuitous.
I'm wondering...
It wasn't needed, but it was there anyway.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering, how it did.
It did
My guess
evidently
is not
really well from my reading.
Really?
Yeah.
It said the Forbin project premiered on April 4, 1970 at Cinema Rendezvous in New York City. The film opened to the public at the same theater as a test release with no publicity on May 5th. Due to its poor box office performance, it was withdrawn and re-released on August 1970 at the Pickwood Theater in Los Angeles as Colossus the Forbin Project. It returned to New York on 37 screens. I'm sure it's like a cult classic.
Yeah, because I could have sworn I read somewhere that it had actually become pretty popular in its time.
They said it received critical approval. Got a positive review from the New Yorker.
Oh.
It said the film is no Dr. Strangelove, but it's full of surprising moments of humor and intelligence.
The ending kind of annoyed me, though.
Yeah, me too. Which made me feel like the movie felt kind of flat.
But, it wasn't a happy ending, which I liked. I mean, it's similar to the way the original Planet of the Apes ends when Charlton Heston sees the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah, but they followed that up with sequels.
But not of this, right?
No,
Not of this one.
Yeah.
The
No.
Planet of the Apes.
So
they
the
did.
apes would, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it says that they had Charlton Heston or Gregory Peck in mind for the lead actor, but then changed their mind. That would have been interesting.
No, I thought the guy did fine.
He did
Yeah.
good, but it
He
still would
did.
have been interesting to see them in it.
He did well, but
I
think
probably would have
Charlton
done better if it
Heston
had
would have
that,
been
like,
a
just
waste.
because of the name. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the fact that we've seen several things like this now since then, that this whole idea is just no.
Yeah, but
do
it has
not
to be
put-
taken in
you
context.
do not
I
put
think.
exactly, but just in general, it's as soon as the thing started up and they started saying what they just did, that they built this machine. The first couple of minutes, this built this machine that nobody can get at. You're like, yep, I know where this is going, and it did. And I was very impressed by the fact that it didn't just automatically go into 2 minutes
Destroy all
later,
humans
it's
mode?
exactly go into Skynet destroy all humans mode. It went a different route by going, hey, I found another computer just like me somewhere. We want to be able to talk. I went, okay, maybe this is going to take a whole different route, or a somewhat
Right.
similar route, but it's kind of a different way than all the other ones have in the past. Granted, this is way before all the rest of them. I understand that, but at least it's something different.
This was before the internet was really, the internet.
Right. So, but at the end, it's still basically just turned into all. It was all the same as all the rest of them, and it just kind of.
It's probably started all the rest.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It probably did.
It says here it's definitely regarded as a precursor to war games and the Terminator,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
as far as
Absolutely.
government-built machines taking over human race. Yeah, so spoiler alert, in this movie, the computers win, basically. And tell Forbin, who was the main scientist who headed the Colossus project.
You're my bitch now.
Yeah, basically. And
You'll
he,
learn to like us. No, we won't.
Yeah.
You'll learn to love us.
Oh, that's right. You'll learn to love
He said,
us.
in time you will come to regard me not only with respect and awe, but with love. Forbin
Never.
defiantly responds, never.
And scene.
Yep.
That was it.
It said this movie was scheduled for remake in 2007, 2010, 2011, and 2013.
I don't
just
think
never
it
got
would
greenlit.
do as well these days. I don't think there's
No.
enough to
It's
it.
been played out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
Like Honky said, you know what's going to happen.
Right.
It would just
Unless
be
it's a Black
another-
Mirror episode, then it's devastating.
Yeah.
But especially in the context of the time, I definitely give it a thumbs up. And even now, it's still interesting to me.
It wasn't
if
a
they
bad
made-
movie.
No.
Elle and I both gave it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I
If
thought it
they
was an
made,
interesting movie.
a 60th anniversary continuation, sequel, where the world has gone since then.
Oh,
and
that would be
if
cool.
people are doing anything about it after 60 years of the computers won.
Yeah, that would be
Is it
really
s-
interesting. I'd like
Is
to
it
see
still running on the old hardware?
that.
the giant
hardware was-
mountains. It's basically just like what part of a mountain is just basically nothing but computers.
Yeah, because it had magnetic storage, but it
Yeah.
looked like it was also using lines of a punch card, essentially lines of punch strip, I guess. It looked like it was using that.
Well, I mean, 1970. That's what they had.
Yeah, punch cards were the thing back then.
Yeah.
Or strips with the holes punched in. I don't know. That's what it looked like.
Right.
But yeah, you have to wonder if the original is still there or if it all just got migrated to new hardware. That would be. I would watch that just to know.
Yeah. It was good. It was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up. I really liked it. I'd seen it before a couple times though, but It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I had never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Much less seen it.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up because there was no Don the Dragon Wilson in it.
Well, that would be criteria for a thumbs down, right?
This movie might have been better with Don the Dragon Wilson in it, but I'm still going to give it a thumbs up. Because he'd have gone into the computer and fought it.
Yeah, he needs to go virtual and climb inside it. And,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Would you like to hear the next movie?
Sure.
It's always helpful.
Let me I'll put it in the notes real quick. Oh. Okay. Thought it'd be interesting. A little outdated, but still cool. I've never
the
seen
last one.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's see.
Oh, Revolution OS.
Yeah, 2001.
Is it a documentary?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
It's a Linux documentary, isn't it?
why Microsoft may be the biggest software company in the world. Not every computer user is a fan of their products or their way of doing business. While Microsoft's Windows becomes the most widely used operating system for personal computers in the world, many experts took issue with Microsoft's strict policies regarding licensing, ownership, distribution, alteration of their software. The objections of many high-profile technology experts, most notably Richard Stallman, led to what has become known as the open source movement, which is centered on the belief that computer software should be free both in the economic and intellectual senses of the word. Eventually, one of Stallman's admirers, Linus Torvalds, created a new operating system called Linux, a freely distributed software which many programmers considered to be markedly superior to Windows. Revolution OS is a documentary that examines the genesis of the open source movement and explores and explains the technical and intellectual issues involved in a manner understandable to computer aficionados and non-tech heads alike. I actually would like to see that.
Yeah, they're going to get to.
Right?
I've seen it a couple times.
I'm sure you guys... I'm surprised y'all haven't seen it except for Mortency.
I haven't seen it.
Lovecraft, have you seen this?
Yes, I've seen it
It's on your-
a long time ago. Yeah.
It's on your Plextra.
Yep.
Yeah, I went through the list of things that could potentially come up and tried to from Danny's list and got as many of them as I could.
I think it's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Hour 25.
Yep, that's it.
Correct.
Several of them versions are on YouTube.
Yep, hour 25. Okay, good.
That'd be interesting.
Yep.
What else is going on in the world of tech? I've been out of touch lately.
Nothing.
No,
Just nothing, huh?
there's nothing.
It's going to get expensive to bring tech into the country.
Yeah. That is sad. What was I looking at that I want to try? Has anybody ever looked into depth map generator?
No. Dev map generator.
Depth map.
Oh, depth map.
Right.
Is this for your characters?
No. This is for taking an image of something and then putting it in, processing it into
Like a 3D?
Yeah, just spit it out as like an STL.
Oh, okay. I'm looking
I've
into
seen
some
people
now.
talking about it, but I don't really know anything about it.
That's pretty cool.
I started down this rabbit hole, and then I stopped for a little bit. And then I'm trying to.
There was a guy I work with who bought one of these 3D scanners, and it was like $900, and he said it did a totally crap job. And
Oh, yeah.
he ended up returning it, but
Yeah, you can
yeah, he said it was
actually.
bad.
You have better luck making a rig and using your phone.
Yeah.
Like making some kind of dolly to where it goes
Yeah,
around.
a turntable
Like a
that holds your
Lazy
phone at
Susan
a
or something,
specific.
yeah.
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 But no,
Looks like
he's
Blender
actually
has an add-on
talking.
for depth mapping.
He's actually talking about there's some technology out there right now that'll take a photograph,
Right.
a 2D photograph,
Right.
and turn it into a 3D printable object.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
I started into this rabbit hole, and then I kind of got distracted by something else, but I kept it. Kept it
Oops.
open and I haven't got back to it.
I always
Yeah.
find boobs distracting.
See, that'll happen. That'll do it every time. Anything else I found interesting? Oh, I posted a Matrix, a little hardware thing, but I thought that was interesting. Well, that was a little computer running on the RS little e-ink screen, little it's called the Evertop. It's an e-ink IBM XT clone with solar power, ultra low power consumption, and ultra long battery life. Get that. Put it on the.
Oh, I have some technology I can show you guys. Let me grab it. I got it on AliExpress before the prices went insane. Nothing major, just cheap little things. Okay, here. Let's see. We can get some light. So, let me look how much I paid for them. I don't remember. They're definitely cheap.
So I put a link to that Evertop in the show notes. It's just a little computer that's running on a what is it? Oh, an RS-232.
ESP 32?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, you just,
I mean, the wrong thing I was-
butchered that.
You know, I was skipping down to something else.
RS-232.
No, it's got one DB9 RS-232 serial port. I was skipping down trying to find the ESP.
It is cool though. But
Yeah.
have you ever messed with it? IBM XT?
Yeah,
Really?
that's where that ran DOS.
I don't have any experience with it. It runs Windows up to version 3.0. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But you're talking about like back when I was running DOS, because that's all there was.
Yeah, they have a little video showing it.
I was wondering where you can do it with like a Raspberry Pi W instead. Whether the power could. You think the power consumption is going to be that big of a difference?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little microcontrollers have really deep sleep functions, and you can limit exactly like which part of the CPU to use and which modules on the board to use and turn all that off.
Huh.
There were just a few milliamps. It's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what would be good for it is playing some of those. Well, they show it. I was about
Yeah,
to say
play old
playing
games.
some of those old school games.
Yeah.
Space Quest 3. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got a long list of games that they were able to put on it. Old
That would
DOS
be
games.
fun. Yeah.
King's
Or
Quest.
just as a word processor if you just wanted some distraction-free typing, you know.
I wonder if you could do something like an SSH with it.
Because the keyboard is actually looks pretty serviceable, you know. It's not like those punch keyboards, those little Bluetooth keyboards.
It looks like a laptop keyboard
Yeah.
or something close to it.
Yeah, it's kind of the chiclet style.
Yeah.
King's Quest. Pretty cool. Oh, SimCity. The original SimCity. That'd be fun. Play again. Monkey Island. I never played that adventure game, Space Quest 3. It looks cool. You know what it reminds me of is that, remember that first kind of cel-shaded adventure game? It wasn't point and click though. It was,
Quest?
no, and it was an adventure game where you move around, you know, but it was like super hard, and I think you just find yourself on a planet somewhere, and I believe it was had some kind of side-scrolling elements, and you guys are gonna make me search for it.
A lot of those early Sierra games like King's Quest and Hero Quest, Police Quest, Space Quest, they're all pretty similar engines for the first 3-4 in the series. Then they
This one
start to
I
refine it
played
a little more.
on, I think I played it on Commodore 64, first time I played it. I can't remember what it's called. They have it on Android now. It's what made me think of it. Oh well, I'll have to find it later. Anyway, I was going to show you guys this. So this one was, how much did I pay? Not including tax. $4.23. And it's a, it's like a little cell phone repair kit. It's got all the, you know, the
Oh, all the bits and stuff?
bits and stuff. But
Yeah,
what's cool
That's a
about,
pretty nice size set too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the ratchet is cool because it has, you push this down and then it pulls out and you can make it whatever length you want, you know. And it has all the bits to go, and then it has this kind of like this flexible bit, you know, like that. You can see that you know,
Nice.
that turns within that flexor.
Yeah.
And so if you had something like that, but yeah, I think it's a 147 piece set, and then
Nice.
it's, you know, but most of those pieces include the little bits. But it's got all the what are those the little plastic tools you use to get inside of the
Budgers.
Spludgers, yeah.
Yeah, spudger. And then it's got the actual bits and stuff that go with it, and it has basically anything. It's got tweezers. Basically anything you need to repair a cell phone. This was $4.23. I mean, for what you get, it's not bad.
Pretty awesome.
But then I got this little electric screwdriver too. Comes with a little case. And this one was a little more expensive. $5.98. It's a rechargeable electric screwdriver. But it's got, I don't know if I can, kind of looks like that. And it's got all the bits and stuff. What's cool about it, it actually, for as cheap as it is, it has quite a bit of torque. So you can do it like this, got a light on it, or you can turn it like that too. as this. But what's crazy is it also has like a flexible ratchet too.
That looks disturbing.
Well, you think that is disturbing? Look at this. That's like a torture device, you know. It's either a sex toy or a torture device or both, you know. But, yeah.
Did you see my 3D printed one?
Yeah. I was trying to show this one off. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, for what you get with this too,
Now we have to put an explicit label on our YouTube.
Right. But you know, for $5.98, you get quite a bit, and you get
nice case.
Get a little case, and it even has like little bits too that are socket tips, and it's got all the the regular bits too, and it's got sockets as well, you know, different size sockets. But yeah, so those are the two technological buys I've bought recently, just because they were so cheap. And I got some magnets. I don't know if I might post those in the Matrix. The Dr. Now from My 600-Pound Life. My girlfriend loves that show, so I bought these stupid ass magnets that I'll put it in the Matrix of Dr. Now magnets.
What do you do with them?
Oh, you just put them on your refrigerator. They're just just him and his little sayings. Like he says this a lot. You have 1 month to lose 30 pounds. But yeah, they were like $2.30 for those magnets, plastic magnets.
So what was that street fair you went to?
Oh, that was cool. It wasn't really a street fair. It was for Lao New Year, a New Year's festival. So they have a Thai New Year and a Lao New Year, and they're basically, they're right next to each other. The countries are, but damn, this is bright. It was cool. So they do this thing where they have all these water guns and water hoses, and so when you walk in, they do like silly string and shaving cream all over you, and then that's supposed to be like all the bad things that happen to you through the year, and then the water and stuff that washes you off is like cleansing all that away, is kind of the symbolism. But they had lots of cool music. I posted a pic in a video in the Matrix, and really good food too. Lots of good street food was there, but it was at the Lao Temple in Fort Worth, which is about 45 minutes from me. And so we just walked around. It was packed, a lot of people there, but it was a lot of fun. That was last weekend, so
nice.
It was free. It was just a little celebration for their New Year celebration.
Cool.
Good food. I think this weekend I'm just going to focus on packing my stuff up, boxes, and getting ready to move. Moving date's on the 10th. But my lease
Use
is
it as an opportunity
the
to
18th.
Set up your 3D printer and actually get it running again.
No. I'm going to pack up the 3D printer in a box and probably never look at it again.
That's so sad.
I don't want to do that. I do want to use it, but now's not the time. Definitely not. What's today? The 2nd, so I got 8 days to get everything packed up.
It's a new place. You might need to print up some new wall hooks or something.
Well, luckily my lease isn't up until the 18th at my current place, but the new lease starts on the 10th at the new place. So I've got just over a week to move everything over. And since it's in the same complex, it's not that far. But I want to get like a little a mesh to go on the balcony rails so that Buster can't get out. But give him a place to sit and watch the birds. And I thought that would be pretty cool. You can spin out it while it's still reasonably cool before.
Is he declawed?
Yeah, he doesn't have any claws. He was like that when I got him. It was funny when I first adopted him. I didn't know that. So when I adopted him, I told the adoption center, I said, "Look, give me a minute. I'll pay you the deposit and stuff and adoption fee. I need to go home and make sure my house is cat proof and put these like cardboard scratch posts everywhere and stuff, and you know, cat scratch posts and all this stuff, and then I'll come and get him. They didn't even tell me he was declawed, so I did all that to my house, and I get him back to the house. They didn't have fucking claws, you know. It's like, what the hell? Did all that for nothing. But, so yeah, he's got to be an indoor cat. He doesn't have a way to protect himself. Although he did run away one day. I think I told you guys that.
He came back with a friend, yeah.
Yeah, came back with a girlfriend. Even though he doesn't have any balls or anything.
It's all right.
But I just thought it'd be cool to have a patio for him to sit and watch the birds and stuff. I don't think he can jump over the thing. He's pretty old and it's pretty high rails. I'll have to check it.
Well, he has to be pretty old if he was declawed, because they don't allow that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's almost 12 now. So I wonder. Do you know when they stopped doing that?
I don't know how long ago it was, but I know one of my cats is declawed and one is not, because they changed the law.
So yeah, I don't know when, because only paperwork I have on him is his birthday, and supposedly he had a brother, and I guess they were separated at some point in time. His brother, I didn't see his brother up for adoption, he wasn't there. So, but I just know they rescued him because the lady that had him was like beating the shit out of him outside of her house with I don't know, a hoe or a broom. I forgot what they told me, but broke his face, his skull basically, messed him up. That's why he looks so weird. His mouth is crooked, nose is crooked. But he's fairly healthy now.
You know what they say about, owners getting pets that look like them.
Yeah, I mean, my nose has been broken in the past too. So we were made for each other. I don't have any more tech news or anything. I will be glad when the tariffs are over, because there is one thing that I do want to buy.
When?
That I found. And it is a reproduction of one of those old school electric football games. Like the ones that vibrate. And yeah, there's a company that makes them, I found, but right now the prices are too high. On Amazon, they want between like $80 and $100 for them.
I enjoy buying cheap crap for.
Oh, me too.
Having it only work for, a few weeks, I don't care.
Yeah, it was cheap.
But eBay, there's none of them on eBay.
There is
the
on
prices
eBay,
are jacked up.
They're charging like vintage antique prices for them, and it's just like, I don't want to pay that. I just want to play it. I don't care if it's the authentic thing.
I looked for that controller for the for $16 on AliExpress. I didn't check AliExpress. I checked eBay. $50.
Damn, that's crazy.
Pointless.
Yeah, that's how it is right now. It's weird.
Yep. All right. Do we have anything else?
Oh, just some self-loathing.
As per usual.
More than usual, or just
the usual amount?
The usual amount.
Yeah. All right. I guess our next recording date will be May 16th, 2025. Our music is Downright, provided by Klaatu and Broam. I'd like to thank Minnix for the mumble server, the Jitsi server, the video version of this, Matrix, Lemmy, all of those things. I've been your host this evening, honkeymagoo. With us tonight has been Joe.
Good night.
Lovecraft.
Good evening.
Minnix.
Good night, boys.
And Morgancy.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, everybody.